From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. The budget proposed by the governor could cost the University of Kentucky millions of dollars. The governor's 6.25% across-the-board cut means UK will lose about $16 million in base funding. Jason Bailey with the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy tells WKYT this cut is on top of 19 budget cuts over the past decade.
So we are disinvesting in the things that would grow our economy and build thriving communities, and this would be the worst episode of that yet.
Bailey says the state must look at revenue options, including tax breaks given to corporations to make up for the funding shortfalls. The U.S. House of Representatives passes a short-term spending measure in hopes of avoiding a federal government shutdown. The bill now heads to the Senate, where it needs Democrats to cross party lines to pass. After the measure passed the House, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell took to the Senate floor to make a case for its passage. McConnell says Americans are surprised there is a debate.
The reason we're here right now is our friends on the other side say, solve this illegal immigration problem right now, or we're going to shut the government down.
Democrats want the budget bill to include legalization of DACA dreamers, young immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as children. Former Kentucky House Speaker Jeff Hoover will seek another term in the state House. Hoover, who resigned his leadership post after a secret sexual harassment settlement was revealed, filed his paperwork for re-election Thursday with the Secretary of State's office. The death toll from the flu in Kentucky this season has hit 50. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services says that 12 of those deaths came in the first week of the year. Kentucky is one of 49 states reporting widespread flu activity. So far, 2,000 people have been confirmed with the flu. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Scott Necessary, Director of the Dual Credit Program at Campbellsville University. The Dual Credit Program provides students with the opportunity to earn college credits while still in high school in a convenient, affordable way through online and on-campus courses. Make the most of your high school career and get a jump start on college through Campbellsville University Dual Credit. Call me today at 789-5218 or email admissions@campbellsville.edu for more information.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Okay, Mom, the gutters are clean and I fixed the doorknob. Anything else?
Yes, you can help me figure out what to do with my money in the CD at the bank. It's about to mature and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, here's what I'd do. I'd use the money and buy an annuity from Woodman. As far as rates go, it's competitive with a CD, sometimes even better. And the earnings on your money will grow tax-deferred until you withdraw it.
And that's good, right?
Oh, that's very good, because you defer income taxes so you have more money for compounding. And unlike a mutual fund, a fixed annuity guarantees you'll never lose your principal, no matter how long you live.
So how'd you get so smart?
I'm sure it came from my mother.
Hi, I'm Jeff Sneed, your local Woodman of the World representative. Find out more about Woodman's full line of annuity products by calling me at 270-646-0354.
Insurance protection, financial security. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society of Omaha, Nebraska. Woodman, with you through life.
WCLU Local News Time is 6:27. We have 18 degrees. We're going to continue to slowly warm things up. We'll check in with Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel here in a couple of minutes to kind of get a handle on the way the weekend weather is going to be shaping up. In funeral announcements this hour, Penny Renee Christie, age 53, of Glasgow, died Tuesday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital after a sudden illness. A daughter of the late Leon Christie and Patricia Lawrence Christie Parker. She was a manager of Domino's Pizza in Glasgow and a member of the Shiloh Baptist Church. Survivors include a brother, Tony Parker, 3 sisters, Nicole Gregory, Tina Cowan, and Kim Jewell, and several nieces, nephews, cousins, and special friends. Cremation was chosen for Penny Renee Christie. A private gathering and service will be held at a later date. Roger Dale Perkins, age 58, of Edmonton, died Thursday at his residence. A native of Barron County, he was a son of Roy Perkins and Betty Brown. He was an employee of James Ritter Mill and a member of the Pink Ridge Baptist Church. Survivors include his mother, Betty Lyons of Edmonton, 6 children, Terry Blades of Cave City, Tammy Burton of Edmonton, Dale Perkins, Curtis Perkins, and Harley Perkins, all of Ocala, Florida, and Tyler Perkins of Edmonton. 2 brothers, Zebby Perkins of Michigan and Greg Perkins of Columbia. 3 sisters, Velma England of Edmonton, Amanda Morgan of Cave City, and Gracie Burden of E-Town. Several grandchildren, nieces, and nephews survived as well. Funeral services for Roger Dale Perkins will be held at a later date as cremation, or actually, let me say this, visitation for Roger Dale Perkins will be from 4 until 8 on Saturday at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with cremation to follow. There will be no formal services. Danny Wayne Chapman, age 62, of Glasgow, died Thursday, the son of the late Cecil Wayne and Albeatrice Terry Chapman. He is survived by 2 sons, Tony Wayne Chapman and Steve Daniel Chapman. A daughter, Beverly Starr Boston, a brother, Timothy Wayne Chapman. 4 sisters, Kathy Gentry, Deborah Stenson, Martha Smith, and Emma Poe, and 4 grandchildren. Services for Danny Wayne Chapman will be Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 4:30 p.m. Jamie Lee Payne Sr., age 51, of Cub Run, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He was self-employed and is survived by his wife, Christina Bennett, 2 daughters, Natalie Payne of Frederick, Maryland, and Ulissa Bennett of Cub Run. 2 sons, Charles Payne of Frederick, Maryland, Jamie Lee Payne Jr. of Cub Run, a sister, Carol Varner of Hagerstown, Maryland, 2 brothers, Kenneth Payne of Everett, Pennsylvania, and David Payne of Falling Waters, West Virginia, and a dear friend, Angela Bath of Cub Run, and Linda Rice of Munfordville. Several grandchildren also survive. Memorial services for Jamie Lee Payne Sr. will be Monday at 3 o'clock at the Brooks Funeral Home. Memorial donations can be made to the Brooks Funeral Home for funeral expenses. James Wilson Teeny Burks went to be with our Lord on January the 9th. He waged a warrior's battle against cancer. Jim was born in 1936 in Horse Cave on Glenwood Farm. In 1980, he was reunited with his college sweetheart and the love of his life, Anne. Jim served 42 years as an educator and school administrator in California, Colorado, and Kentucky. After his retirement, he enjoyed traveling with Anne, spending time with his family, woodworking and tending to the birds and the wildlife in his yard. All along, his quiet presence touched the lives of every person he met. If you ever met Jim Burks, you had a friend for life. The bond with his childhood friends was unbreakable and remained to the end. He stayed close with the alumni and basketball teams from Caverna High School and Middle Tennessee State University. And many people throughout his career were involved as well. He is survived by his wife, Ann Hagewood Burks, his children, Pandora Burks, Roger Burks, Janetta Zentmeyer, his wife, Ann Hagewood Burks, Catherine Fennell, Jerry Hasty, Carol York, and Diane Patton, and special brother-in-law Clay Hagewood, along with 14 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. A celebration of life service for James Wilson Teeny Burks will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Brentwood Baptist Church at 7777 Concord Road in Brentwood, Tennessee. Visitation begins at 10:30 this morning. Altered expressions of sympathy can be made to Room in the Inn in care of the Brentwood Baptist Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Margaret W. Sistrunk, age 81, of Odessa, Florida, died Monday. She graduated from Caverna High School in 1953, Columbia College in Missouri in 1955, Vanderbilt in Nashville in 1957. After living in Washington, D.C. and in West Texas, she moved to the Tampa area in 1965. In her business career, she was a school teacher, property manager, realtor associate, a member of the Tampa Board of Realtors, real estate investor, a manager at the citrus business, and an owner of clothing stores. She is survived by her husband, Dr. Frank Sistrunk, a daughter, Laura Lee Norman, grandchildren, Heather Norman, Shane Long, and Hope Long, one brother, Larry Wright of Charlotte, North Carolina, and many cousins. Graveside service for Margaret W. Sistrunk will be at 1 o'clock on Monday at the Cosby Cemetery under the direction of the Wynn Funeral Home. Services for Stevie Howard Aiken, age 60, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Henderson Cemetery. Visitation after 11 o'clock Saturday. Service for Connie Rose Taylor, age 70, of Balding Green, will be Sunday at 2 o'clock at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10:30 on Sunday morning. Service for Deborah Ann Johnson, age 62, of Sweden, will be held at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Grayville Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Poplar Springs Cemetery. Service for Willadine Simmons Hicks, age 83, of Scottsville, will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Harwood and Strode Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Crescent Hill Cemetery at Scottsville. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Service for Sylvia Olita Garrett, age 90, will be at 1 o'clock today at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Bethlehem Cemetery. Funeral services for Roger Crabtree will be today at 1 o'clock at the Rolling Hills United Baptist Church, with burial to follow in the Caney Fork Cemetery. The A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is in charge. Service for Carla Beth Turner, age 53, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 1 o'clock at Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville, with burial to follow in the Pleasant Hill Cemetery. Service for William Woods Streak Strader, age 55, of Heistville, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Heistville Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike. Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
6:37 from WCLU. It's 18 degrees. Let's turn to local sports, something we haven't seen around here in a while. Some basketball scores. They were able to play a little basketball last night. And, boy, what a ball game at Scotty Gym. the Adair County Indians came to town. And if you listened to our broadcast last night, it was a barn burner. The final score, Glasgow 78, Adair County 77. Very exciting evening. Also, we have the boys' 4th Region All-A quarterfinals underway. And an accident last night, it was Todd Central downing Cumberland County 72-64. And in the girls' 4th Region All-A quarterfinals, Todd Central over Cumberland County 59-29. That's what we have in the way of local sports thus far today. I think we'll jump from sports to weather. Ray Stajic, where are we going?
High pressure in, sliding east. The next front approaches and brings rain here by early next week. We'll have some showers in between. A few clouds, and I'll say cold this morning. We are down below average, but not as frigid as it has been. Today, plenty of sunshine, 43. Tonight, clear, not quite as cold, 30 degrees. Saturday, we cloud over, but milder, 46. A round of showers later tomorrow night into Sunday morning. Should dry out by Sunday afternoon, highs in the mid-50s. But a good chance we're going to get rain Monday, highs in the mid-50s. And then cooler behind that system on Tuesday. A mix of clouds and sunshine, low 40s. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Let me get the current conditions over here. The barometer at this hour is at, where did I put the current conditions? The barometer at this hour is at 30.12. The winds are out of the south at 7 miles an hour. Humidity is at 68%. Pretty dry air out there this morning. And we're at 18 from WCLU. This has been the Live and Local 6 o'clock morning edition.
Would you say
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only local.
We got to tell you about some cancellations here. I want to remind you the community soup kitchen is not going to be open today. We heard from Ms. Alma Glover. They do a great job with the soup kitchen, but today, because of the parking lot, it's just something they can't do. The soup kitchen is what we're talking about today. School-wise, Barron County schools are closed today. It's an I Learn at Home Day, number 5. Caverna, Hart County, Medcalf County, Monroe County, Edmondson County schools are closed today as well. Reminding you that the SKCTC is closed today, and Gethsemane Institute is closed for today. Now let's shift gears to Ralphie's.
You have 1 hour. That's it. You and your group must escape. Find clues, solve the puzzle, and escape the room on time. It's the coolest new attraction at Ralphie's Fun Center, Superhero Adventures Escape Room. And you get to be the superhero. Test your powers and have fun doing it. You can book your party for the Superhero Adventures Escape Room at Ralphie's Fun Center by going online to ralphiesfuncenter.com. That's ralphiesfuncenter.com or call 629-GAME. Will you be the next superhero?
Bunch of birthdays and anniversaries to talk about today. Let me get them lined up over here so I don't, give them to you in the wrong order, which is certainly something I'm capable of. Today, it's Friday, the 19th day of January, and I'm going to get over here and sound the 70 gong. First of all, the 70 gong today for Kenneth Robertson. That's Kenneth Robertson and his 70th birthday. And we also have a big 70 gong for Larry Thomas Russell. That's right, Larry Thomas Russell is 70 today. We have Savannah Ford, Lisa Connor. Lisa, by the way, we understand is 45 today. Dexter Bowles, Sandy Saltzman, Jeanette Furlong, and Walter Mansfield. We have the 49th wedding anniversary today for Margie and Terry Reed. The 15th for Jeff and Shelley Furlong. We have Elbert and Donnie Fields and Russell and Elizabeth Humphrey on today's list. Now let's jump over here and look at Saturday. We've got Danny the Madman Tabor having a birthday on Saturday, the 20th. Thelma Harbison, Bobby Warren, Evan Kinslow, John Vaughn. We understand that Mr. John Vaughn is going to be tomorrow 97 years young. Nancy Bennett's going to be 73. John Harley Ford, Ronnie Poppy Hamilton, 64 tomorrow. Max Marion on Saturday. It's, let's see here, we also have Betsy London, Joe Rutledge, hey Joe, 71 tomorrow. Beckham Travis is 2 tomorrow. Margie Jackson has a birthday on Saturday. And we've got the wedding anniversary here for Delmer and Ruth Simmons. Delmer and Ruth Simmons with a wedding anniversary on Saturday. Now let's jump over here to Sunday. We already know that Frida Knuckles has a birthday. It is Laverne Mutter on Sunday. Paulette Ritchie, Alicia Goodman, Ann Stewart, Caitlin Beatty Morris. Caitlin's 27 on Sunday. Gail Staples has a birthday on Sunday, too. That's what I have on the paper, but here comes Mark with more paper. Okay, we have a grandson, A.J. Oliver, is 12 on Saturday. Okay. So a grandparent called up to wish A.J. Oliver a happy 12th birthday tomorrow. We will put A.J. on there. Congratulations. There's room on the paper, as I was saying. Let's keep adding to the list here. 645 WCLU. Let me jump over here now and play the sound of the music that gets us into the archives. Because, yes, we are jumping across the aisle there. We're going to do some memory making. Looking back on the way we were. And we'll share that in behalf of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow. The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
All right, are we here yet?
At least it's not 4 degrees.
That's right. It's 18 degrees. Look at that.
Is.
You know, hey, I saw it at 21 at one point this morning.
Ugh.
So, 21's good though.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, as compared to 4.
Valid point.
I can tell the difference in 21 and 4.
Yeah, it's all cold.
I'm not going to pull up a chair in either one.
Here we go.
All right. Well, I have some fascinating archive information here.
Okay.
From 100 years across the spectrum. Also, and I didn't carry it in here. I got to get it on my desk. But there's the monthly newsletter that South Central RTC puts out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really good article in there about the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center.
Right.
And there's, I believe I saw Miss Sherry Wesley's picture in there, and a lot of good information about something that's near and dear to us. We're talking about the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. And I know that if you're a subscriber to SCRTC, you get that in the mail. So, get the mail out and find that article. It's really something special to read.
It is.
All right. So 100 years ago, here we were. And this is I love this story because you talk about, you know how competitive the media is?
Oh, yes.
You ever noticed that?
Oh, yes.
Well, 100 years ago, guess what? The media was still competitive.
Okay, let's hear it.
100 years ago, this was a story in the Republican. And the headline, or the story reads, "The Cave City News has suspended, if it ever started."
There you go.
And it has departed. Okay, there's a little rhyming there. I'll read it that way. The Cave City News has suspended, if it ever started, and has departed. This is a mighty bad time to try to establish a newspaper, as anyone will find out who tries it, and it makes little difference where he tries. That's the story in the Cave City News.
There you go.
That's right. Or actually in the Republican there, they're saying, yes, here's some news for you. The other newspaper went out of business, if it ever was in business. And it says it's a bad time to establish it, no matter who you are or where you do it.
One thing I've noticed about news is not just the competitiveness, but it's the difference in coverage.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not talking just national. It's all news.
You might not have covered the same story.
I mean, like, sometimes I wonder, was I even at the same place?
That's right. Oftentimes you'll have put a different spin on it.
Yeah. It's called truth.
Which is actually, a part of the greatness of this country is the ability to report it the way you see it, the way you think people who are going to read it will get some of it,
Well, yeah, that's just it. I mean, a lot of these meetings and things I cover, places I go, can drag out forever, hint, hint, on some of you people.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of it, I can go on and on and on about things that, the general public may not be that enthusiastic about. But if it's a big deal, hey.
Well, I don't think 100 years ago they were holding back any words, do you?
I mean, maybe we should try that now.
That's right. Why don't we go to 1928 and see what's
going on? If you insist.
And this is another very interesting story from 1928. The story reads, "Grappling with Jody Whitlow, who was under arrest." Yeah, grappling with Jody Whitlow, who was under arrest, charged with being drunk. Mr. R.S. Suiza, a constable, 67 years of age, died here Monday evening in front of the First National Bank on Main Street.
Wow.
So what you have, first of all, is Jody Whitlow, who was charged with being drunk. And then they have his constable out here, Mr. Suiza, who was doing the grappling. And apparently it was a rough grapple because this constable here, Mr. Suiza, died. It seems that Mr. Suiza arrested Whitlow for being drunk upon a complaint of residents near the tobacco market. When in front of the bank, Whitlow became unruly and a scuffle ensued, both men falling to the sidewalk. and the bystanders noticed that Mr. Suiza tumbled down on the prisoner. Investigation revealed the fact that Suiza was dead.
Wow.
Causing him to tumble down on the perpetrator.
That's
there.
terrible.
Yeah. You know, it's just rough. You know, and of course, you could just imagine there are some folks who, that darn tobacco market draws out the drunks.
There you go. Bunch of scoundrels down there.
That's right. That's why we had the constable down there just doing his job.
Try and tell you.
All right, 1938. 1938, this was the day we noticed that Mrs. George Jackson suffered a fractured shoulder last Friday while en route to Bowling Green when the car driven by her daughter, Mrs. Crook Francis, skidded on a slick highway and turned over.
Wow.
Mrs. Francis escaped injury, as did Mrs. Anna Mae Fudge and Mary Frances Pace, who were with them.
Trips me out how they don't put the woman's name, but it's like, Mrs. So-and-so.
Yeah, well, and here we go in 1938. What a year. These gals were just out driving.
Yeah.
3 gals having a wreck en route to Bowling Green.
I don't want to hear no comments about female drivers
That's
from Mark.
right.
I know his mind's already churning.
Right. Well, you know, this one didn't work out good, but I'm sure there are a lot of others who did.
Tons and tons of others.
Let's say in 1948, here's the news. Miss Oleta K. Martin of Cave City and Mr. Brunson Doyle of Park City were married Friday, December the 26th, in Louisville. O.D. Doyle, Jr., who is the nephew of the groom, was the best man, and Mrs. Morris Snellen, that's Snellen.
Snellen.
Mrs. Morris Snellen, sister of the bride, was the matron of honor. 1948 sounds like a nice wedding to me.
Definitely.
1958, here's a little story about a youngster doing well. Pretty and petite Miss Lucy Bunch, the daughter of Mr. and Miss C.H. Bunch of Glasgow, leaves Friday morning for Louisville, where she will compete with 26 other Kentucky's loveliest young ladies for the state title of Miss County Fair of Kentucky 1958.
Well, there you go.
Each of the contestants are winners of their respective regional titles. Miss Bunny Wells, Miss Kentucky County Fair of 1957, will bestow this year's honors on the new recipient. Now, Miss Bunny Wells, famous for having been very successful in a lot of these pageants. I believe she's from Temple Hill, Kentucky. But in 1957, she had the job of crowning the next Miss County Fair of Kentucky.
Passing the torch.
1958 it was. All right, 1968. We got some big local names right here. Talking about local folks doing well in competition. Let's say in 1968, Mrs. C.A. Goodman, Jr., Mrs. John Winlock, Mrs. Jessie R. Jolly, Mrs. James Moss, Mrs. Reggie Palmore, and Mrs. C.E. Dowell will be in Louisville Thursday and Friday to participate in the National Duplicate Bridge Tournament to be held at the Kentucky Hotel. So you see, we had in 58, we had lovely ladies going up there for the title of Miss County Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have very nice ladies headed up there in 68 for the title of the National Duplicate Bridge Championship.
I never played bridge.
No, I haven't either, but I understand you got to, well, actually, I understand you got to be smart and you got to be, it helps your brain to stay sharp because of what you have to understand.
I played spades. Does that count?
I don't know. Solitaire, maybe.
I like free sale.
1978, this was the day that it was sign-up day in Glasgow for WKU classes. And the sign-up day filled the upstairs room of the Marywood Weldon Library.
Well, there you go.
Making Glasgow the extended campus in the public library division. Interesting way to put it.
Right.
I took one class there. I think I was a senior in college, and of course WKU Glasgow wasn't here, but it was in the upstairs over there at the Marywood Weldon Library, and very well attended and lots of enrollees, and it was a wonderful, wonderful thing to have available for the students here. And
Glasgow's campus is a big deal.
It is, and they've taken it out even further there. Here we have the the news story out of 1988, Mark Haynes, the owner.
I know Mark Haynes.
The owner of Bolton's Landing will be the guest speaker at the Glasgow Christian Women's Club this month. His presentation, Good to the Last Bite, which was something we could all say about Bolton's.
There you go.
And says he's hoping to open a new restaurant soon, Crickets on the Square. So that was in the making there in 1988, but I'm sure the Glasgow Christian Women's Club enjoyed Mark Haynes' Good to the Last Bite presentation.
I wonder if he brought samples.
I'm sure he did. Angel biscuits.
There you go. They're so good.
Yeah. I just need one more.
They weren't cotton candy good,
No,
but they were good.
This day in 1998, we've got news that Alicia Carver was crowned the 1998 Barron County High School basketball homecoming queen. That's got to be an honor for sure.
Definitely.
Here you are in the middle of the gym floor with all of your friends in the, gymnasium, looking over you as you are crowned the queen.
There you go.
All right, let's go to 2008. It was 10 years ago this day that GHS graduate Dr. Judith James, also known by her married name as Dr. Judith Hatchett, published articles about familiar cultural icons.
I love her. She's great.
Tupperware, patchwork quilts in the 2006 edition of the American Icons. So that's what we have in 2008. Wrapping it up in the archives.
There you go.
Mark says we're getting a lot of calls about school closing. So
Glasgow students, you got to get up and at them.
That's right.
You
So,
got school.
Yeah, why don't you just go over that entire list up there? You have it up front, and mine is not on my screen. Because
you
we want to
wouldn't
make
call me out like that real quick.
Yeah,
would
well,
you?
you know, Glasgow is going. Barron County schools are closed today.
Yeah, sorry, Barron County parents, you're stuck with them one more day.
And there's several other schools on that list, too, I know.
Let me just see if I can pull this up. Real
And I'm going to tell you, I talked to Alma Glover, and she's the soup kitchen's not going to open today. You know, they work so hard and they do a good job. And I think what she told me was the real problem today is the parking lot, and certainly don't want to fall.
Their parking lot is off the chain.
And so it just makes it difficult to get in, so that's the reason why they're not going to do it.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Barron County students or Barron County schools closed today.
Okay.
Caverna closed. Hart County closed. Metcalfe County closed. Monroe County closed. Edmondson County closed. Sky CTC, Community Soup Kitchen, and Gethsemane Institute. Glasgow students, get up and get ready. You got school today.
All right, coming up before you know it.
They had the luckiest parents in Glasgow schools.
And that's the archives, you know. Yeah. Lucky, all right.
I'm saying.
It's just because, you know, you can't get finished if you can't get going.
I mean, I'm talking about because they're not stuck with their kids another snow day.
Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe we can thaw it out a little bit here over the weekend. We do thank the archive sponsors, Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the Tony Hogan Health Clinic, excellent sponsors of the archives. It's coming up on 7 o'clock. We'll do the weather and play trivia.
Owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom.
Coming on the back today. Today it's John Vaughn Day on the radio, and here's why. Mr. John Vaughn is going to be 97 tomorrow, and some folks said that deserves a pat on the back, and we certainly agree with that as well. So if you happen to see Mr. John Vaughn this weekend, this is the weekend of his 97th birthday, and be sure and pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold, because that is a true statement from his friends here at WCLU, and a little taste of Texas, where they're going to be looking forward to hopefully being able to crank up the weekend and enjoy having lots of good visitors down there this weekend at a little taste of Texas. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the weather for the weekend? And South Central Bank is your sponsor of the weather this morning.
South Central Bank. And we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Milder weather continuing to surge back in, and rain showers in the forecast here as we head on through at least part of the weekend. Better chance of rain as we look ahead toward Monday. A few clouds, and still stays chilly this morning, but not bad. Not as bad as we've been anyway. Sunny later, 43. Tonight clear, and we're down near 30 degrees. We'll cloud over tomorrow, 46, with a chance of showers by later tomorrow night, and some morning showers on Sunday, but milder weather into the mid-50s. And a chance of rain on Monday, mid-50s, and a little bit cooler Tuesday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, low 40s. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on WCLU, your home for local.
Down at Glasgow Building Supply, they have really been busy this winter season. As cold as it's been, they have really been selling the Eden Pure heaters, and now they've got something new for you to check out. It's the new kerosene heaters at Glasgow Building Supply, ranging in sizes from 10,000 BTU to 23,000 BTU. That's right. Got to keep warm. Got to have good sources of heat. And these kerosene heaters from Glasgow Building Supply certainly will help us get through to the end. And, of course, we got quite a ways to go. Glasgow Building Supply is ready to help you with whatever you need to button up real good for this winter, including those kerosene heaters. Come by and check out Jimmy and the staff today at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass.
In those districts.
All right, first thing we got to do is get straightened out here on some birthdays, because we got to tell you about some special folks. I just learned that Jalen Shirley, Jalen's going to be 17 on Sunday. Let me get that on. We have, I guess it's Lula Bell Riddle. Lula Bell Riddle with a birthday today. Happy birthday to Lula Bell Riddle. Did I say that wrong? Okay, all right, Lula Bell Riddle. We have A.J. Oliver, who is going to be 12 on Saturday. And then we've got, okay, and then we've got, I believe I got everybody else covered right there. Amazingly enough. I told you about Savannah Ford having a birthday today. And I told you about Margie Jackson having a birthday on Saturday. Well, that is up to date. Coming right back, we're going to play trivia, so hang with us.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends. celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Securing futures.
Let me tell you about Daryl Murphy. Daryl Murphy, who is having a birthday today. He's got a very thoughtful mother-in-law who called up to wish Daryl Murphy a happy birthday today. All right, now what I need to do is I need to get over here and, well, let's see. No, that's not until Monday, so I'm just trying to double-check some things here because, you know, on these snowy mornings, we have a lot of information to turn over, and we don't want to mess any of it up. We are going to check out trivia here. Long John's A&W All-American Foods, the sponsor of trivia. Let's hear from Long John's.
Put your money where your mouth is. The Long John Silver Shrimp and Cod Basket is the best quality at the best price. For just $5.99, you get 4 shrimp, a thick, tasty piece of cod, fries, hush puppies, and a drink. $5.99. Saving money won't leave you hungry. Go to Long John Silver's and enjoy the Shrimp and Cod Basket, just $5.99.
At the family in Long John Silver's, eating their cod and shrimp baskets.
All right, here's the trivia question today, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. If you can answer this question, then you can go and get a fish and more dinner from Long John's A&W. Now, you talk about a tasty treat. That's my go-to meal, and I can't decide. It's fish and more is what I do because you can't go wrong. I like to experiment, but if you're going for the real thing, fish and more, somebody's going to win one today. Even though that cod and shrimp basket I've had several times, and it's pretty good, I got to tell you. Here's the trivia question for today. Friday local trivia, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. During the Civil War, a lot of Civil War history around here. I want you to tell me what was the largest Confederate unit. What was the name of the largest Confederate unit in Kentucky during the Civil War? 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Yes, it's interesting to see that, you know, Kentucky, by a lot of accounts, was a Union state, but there was a large Confederate unit. What was the name of it?
Morgan's Men?
No, not Morgan's Men. Trivia. Not that either. Hello, trivia.
Bragg's Army.
No, it wasn't Bragg's Army. Trivia.
The Orphans Brigade.
I'm going to tell you what, that's correct. Who is this speaking?
Terry Jackson.
Hey, Terry, how you doing?
Doing great.
Well, now, looky here. Let's see. First things first. What do you know about the Orphan Brigade?
Well, not a whole lot. Really, don't know much about them.
Well, I did a bunch of research here looking at the Orphan Brigade. It was also the other name that I was going to take was the Kentucky 1st Brigade. Mm-hmm. And that was the largest brigade of Confederate soldiers in the state of Kentucky back during the Civil War. And actually, the Orphan Brigade had quite a connection with Fort Williams back up here on the hill. One of their commanders, a General Lewis, is actually buried right there at the foot of the fort.
Right.
And I can't remember his name right now, but I've got it written down in some of the research here. But nonetheless, that is a very famous part of our Civil War heritage, the Orphan Brigade. And actually, I was reading. I wish I had my notes in here, but there was actually one of the commanders of the Orphan Brigade was killed. and it was Abe Lincoln's brother-in-law.
Okay.
And I've got his name written down over there too, you know. But that's just what happens when I get too involved in dealing with cancellations. But I got to zoom back here. Now, Terry, we had in the archives, we had Mrs. George Jackson. Was that your mom?
Right. That was my great-grandmother.
Oh, your great-grandmother, okay.
Ada Britt Jackson.
Okay. And so she broke her, they had a wreck going to Bowling Green?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Okay. Well, hey. Well, if you come by here, I'll give you that story. You can read the rest of the story, all right?
Okay, I sure will. Another sidebar here on General Lewis.
Yeah?
He owned a lot of land down where Barren River Lake is now. The Lewis Hill. A lot of people are not familiar with the Lewis Hill. It's the road that the old 87 goes down to the beach.
Yeah,
That was called Lewis Hill.
Yeah, and 87 doesn't it run over to Austin as well?
It did.
Okay,
it did, and so that's what I know about General Lewis and the Orphans Brigade.
Well, you've certainly done more than is required to win that Fish and More, Terry.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, and always enjoy talking with you, sir.
You too,
Thank
and
you.
you have a good day.
You too. Bye, Terry Jackson. That's right. It's the largest Confederate unit in the Civil War in Kentucky was the Orphan Brigade, and I think I think of Kentucky as being a southern state, but in reality, in the Civil War, I think we were far more Union. At least that's what folks would have you believe, and that's where we are. Today on Trivia, Terry Jackson wins. We should be able to come up with something fun to do on Monday in the way of trivia. And a big thank you to the special folks at Long John's A&W.
CBS News Update.
On this, the A's are 230, the Nays are 197.
The House has passed a temporary spending plan to keep the government from shutting down at midnight. Chances of passage in the Senate today, not likely, with Democrats insisting on a provision to extend DACA protections. Vermont Democrat Patrick Leahy.
I wish they'd stop kicking the can down the road. Start negotiating in good faith, as so many senators in both parties have been willing to.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
So the reason these talks have gone on so long is because they've consisted continuously on throwing the illegal immigration issue into the pool of these other issues.
CBS's Hannah Doba.
The short-term bill would give both parties more time to work through the differences they've been unable to resolve for months. Lawmakers are already teeing up the blame game for a potential government shutdown that would begin on the one-year anniversary of President Trump's inauguration.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU-FM Munfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
I'm Jared Perp. Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
What we need to do to make the customer happy.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're still at 18 degrees here from the studios of WCLU this morning. Ray Stajic says we're going to ease into the weekend, and by the time we finally get as warm as we want to be, it's going to rain. But, hey, it's going to be rain. We'll check in with Ray here in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and go up front to the newsroom. Angela Briggs is there with our next check of local news, and I guess we got to go over the cancellations again, Angela, because of the fact that our folks are, letting us know maybe that they still have questions about things.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the biggie is the Glasgow Independent Schools
are in session.
They are in session.
Students, quit arguing with your
today.
parents. Get up.
That's
get
right.
Ready.
It's going to happen.
You got to go. Everybody else is out. I know it's not fair. Life's not fair.
All right.
You got to go.
So, but go. Well, this summer you'll really appreciate it. Go in there and talk about, if you do the list of the closings and all that, and then we'll let you take off with the news, all right?
Okay, in today's closings, in school closing, Barron County schools are closed. It will be the district's 5th I Learn at Home Day. Caverna closed, Hart County, Metcalf, Monroe, Edmondson County, Sky CTC, and the Gethsemane Institute. Glasgow Soup Kitchen is closed today as well. And this morning's quarterly breakfast, sponsored by the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce, has been postponed. It will be held next Friday, January the 26th. On the afternoon of December the 12th, a man came into T.J. Sampson Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. The Barron County Sheriff's Office was called to investigate. According to the Sheriff's Office, the injuries were not life-threatening. The man was later released from the hospital. An arrest warrant, however, was obtained for attempted murder for 28-year-old Joshua Geralds of Glasgow in connection with the shooting. Geralds was taken into custody last night by the Barron County Sheriff's Office, with Deputy Childress listed as making the arrest. He's currently lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Knock, knock. Who's there? Well, it's Glasgow Police. After a complaint was received of someone beating on multiple apartment doors at Hillview Apartments, Officer Morrison with Glasgow Police responded. As he arrived at the scene, 26-year-old Jordan Johnson was attempting to leave in a hurry, according to the citation. As he approached Johnson's vehicle, Officer Morrison noted a strong smell of marijuana and that Johnson seemed nervous. When asked for consent to search his vehicle, Johnson agreed, told police he had some weed inside his jacket. Along with the marijuana, police found a semi-automatic handgun and numerous bags of prescription pills, believed to include Xanax and Lortab. Johnson was arrested, charged with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, trafficking in marijuana, drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of trafficking in a controlled substance, and illegal possession of a alleged drug. He was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Before any questions were even asked, Barron County Judge Executive Michael Hale ran through a list of answers to questions he felt were being asked outside the fiscal court meeting. Now, Judge Hale said that last Friday he did step in as acting road supervisor when the current road supervisor was out. That is a requirement of his position as county judge. Judge Hale also noted the county did not run out of road salt. While levels may have been low when they received their most recent load, they were not completely out. Pointing to a map of the county, Judge Hale noted the snow routes, which total 11, because there are 11 total trucks, and sometimes these trucks break down.
If a truck pushing in district number 4 right there tears up, he has to stop, and he has to bring that truck back to the barn to be repaired. Well, our mechanic, he pushes snow also. He may be working over here in district number 8. He has to stop as well to come fix the truck. Once that truck is fixed, those other guys finishes those routes. We take every truck we have that was not getting pushed, and we put them in those 2 districts right there to finish that up.
Now, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet can salt state roads in temperatures around 10 or 15 degrees, but Judge Hale said this is not realistic for the county.
We do not have the calcium chloride to mix with the salt to activate the salt.
Our salt, we just put it down on ice, it just crystallizes and doesn't do any good. It's wasteful.
The cost of the calcium chloride is the reason the county doesn't use it. Jailer Tracy Bellamy was commended for stepping up and opening up the lobby of the detention center to the homeless or anyone trying to get in out of the cold. Bellamy said there had been several people who had stayed with him, and these folks were not only given a warm place to sleep, but also a meal. At zero cost to the county, Bellamy said,
"We shut the lobby down at 4 p.m. in the evening, and I told them we're not going to turn anybody away if they need a place to sleep."
Tracy Sharley, the county's emergency management director, said the ambulance service had donated a retired ambulance from their fleet. With little to no modification needed, the vehicle will be used as a tactical communications vehicle. With the 911 center on course to begin training in tactical dispatch, the vehicle will be a huge asset at the scene of large-scale incidents and will be available for multiple agency use. Now, with the potential financial impact in the millions, County Parks and Rec Director Charles Kearney told the court that the Ohio Valley Softball Tournament will be hosted in Barron County in July, bringing up to 60 teams from 8 states. Kearney told the court part of having the tournament here is payment of the required host fee, which comes in at $13,000. Kearney then shared that thanks to money given to them by the Glasgow-Barron County Tourism Commission, not only is that host fee completely covered, but they got $2,000 additional dollars. Magistrate Trent Riddle chairs the county's Recreation Committee and said it isn't about the county making any money.
It's not about the county making money. What it's about is, if we can get 2,000, 3,000 people coming into our community and eating in our restaurants and sleeping in our motels and spending their money in our local shops, it's going to be a win-win for the people of the Barron County. This is a win-win.
The court approved the annual order of affiliation, which gives the rescue squad the authority to operate in the county. They also approved the reappointment of Joe Middleton to the Ambulance Service Board for a 1-year term, and Elaine Chenoweth and Matt London to the County Ag Extension Board. The county's also got a surplus 2002 Dodge. The county will be taking bids on this vehicle previously used by Animal Control. It's a 2-wheel drive with nearly 187,000 miles. The fiscal court also received the executive director's report from IDEA. Executive Director Dan Iacone compiled the report, which included the minutes of the board's meetings as well as financials. Now, when it comes to compiling a list of things the group's working on or working toward, often many of the details must be left out due to confidentiality agreements. Included in this quarter's report, meetings with the existing industry on possible expansions, showing the build-ready site and spec building, continuing to work on Cave City's industrial park, including securing road funding as well as further development. Meeting with prospective clients, existing business and industry, folks from the cabinet in Frankfort, as well as representatives from WKU and Sky CTC. A project that Iacone has long advocated for and the board's long supported are business incubators. WKU in Bowling Green has an established program, and the IDEA board will hear from its director this morning. Hopefully, discussion will continue on expanding that program to Glasgow's campus. The board will meet this morning at 8:15 at the Barron County ATC. It's 7:24 a.m. on this finally Friday morning, still just 18 degrees.
The name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky, My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook.
In more local news, with a rundown of this month's meeting of the Metcalfe County Board of Education, here is Superintendent Dr. Benny Lyle.
The Metcalfe County Board of Education met in regular session on Wednesday, January 17th. There were no school recognitions due to the school being recently dismissed for the bad weather. Frida Reese of Edmonton State Bank was in attendance to acknowledge and show appreciation for our school board members, since January is School Board Appreciation Month, and again to acknowledge all the things that they do for our schools and community. In action items, the board approved the School Facility and Construction Commission offer of assistance. They reviewed the 2018-19 draft budget. Also approved a buildings and grounds form for the Community Education Center renovation as a result of the recent grant the district received. And then also the district facility plan, which is an update. And then the 2018-19 school calendar was approved. It will have the opening day of school this fall for Metcalfe County students will be on Monday, August 27th, with fall and spring break as normal, also Christmas break, and then with the last day of school, assuming no unforeseen circumstances, will be on May 23rd.
And while this morning's quarterly breakfast with the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce may be postponed until next week, they've still got things going on. Here's Chamber Executive Vice President Ernie Myers.
Event coming up this morning, as a matter of fact. We have a ribbon cutting going on at Gilly Hyde Ford on Happy Valley Road. Gilly Hyde has built a beautiful new headquarters showroom, and we are going to cut the ribbon for them at 11 o'clock this morning, celebrating the building of their new edifice, which is unmistakably present, looking from Happy Valley Road over to their property, and it is a beautiful building. So let's show up 11 o'clock this morning and cut the ribbon for Gilly Hyde Ford for their new headquarters building. That's what's going on with the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce, where we're working together, building a better community.
And the State Chamber of Commerce, along with the Kentucky Society for Human Resource Management, has released the annual Best Places to Work in Kentucky. In its 14th year, the list is broken down into 3 categories: small, medium, and large companies based on the number of employees. The selection process is based on an assessment of the company's employee policies and procedures and an internal employee survey. Making this year's list is PBI Bank, Comcast Cable, Edward Jones, Farm Credit Mid-America, Hilliard Lions, Long John Silver's, and Papa John's Corporate. To see the complete list of the annual Best Places to Work in Kentucky, you can go online to bestplacestoworkky.com. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. 7:29 a.m., still 18 degrees.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry.
The death toll from the flu in the state this season hits 50. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services says 12 of the deaths came in the first week of the year. So far, more than 2,000 people in the state have been confirmed to have the flu. Kentucky is one of 49 states reporting widespread flu activity. A dozen members of the Mongols motorcycle gang with ties to Kentucky are under federal indictment. They're accused of drug trafficking, murder, and kidnapping. U.S. Attorney Donald Cochran.
Particularly disturbing are the allegations that this organization brought at least 50 pounds of methamphetamine into the Middle Tennessee area. In one instance, 100%, and in another, 96% pure.
The Mongols are a California-based motorcycle club with chapters across the country. This chapter was based out of Clarksville, Tennessee. 4 of the defendants live in Kentucky. Elizabethtown police are investigating after more than a dozen vehicles are damaged earlier this week, someone shooting out car windows. Philip Hayes is one of the folks who called police. He tells WLKY.
It's just kind of heartbreaking that someone just thinks about going around and doing that for fun, especially to other people's property.
E-Town police say the vandalism began Sunday night and the last report came in Monday morning. The Kentucky House passes a bill that sets an age limit at which it's an automatic crime to have sex with a 16 or 17-year-old. The bill would expand the state's statutory rape law to make it a crime if a person is over the age of 28. The law does not change Kentucky's age of consent, which remains at 16. The Marshall County Road Department storage building is burning this morning. The large fires blocking US 68 at Draytonville, just west of the Purchase Parkway interchange. The cause of the fire is not yet known. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Well, it's 7:34 at WCLU, and we're up to 20 degrees. Let's ask Ray Static to tell us more about the weekend weather.
Milder weather continuing to surge back in, and rain showers in the forecast here as we head on through at least part of the weekend. Better chance of rain as we look ahead toward Monday. A few clouds, and still stays chilly this morning, but not bad. Not as bad as we've been anyway. Sunny later, 43. Tonight clear, and we're down near 30 degrees. We'll cloud over tomorrow, 46, with a chance of showers by later tomorrow night. And some morning showers on Sunday, but milder weather into the mid-50s, and a chance of rain on Monday, mid-50s, and a little bit cooler Tuesday, a mix of clouds and sunshine, low 40s. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on WCLU, your home for local.
Barometer's at 30.28, humidity at 68%. The winds out of the south at 8 miles an hour. No precip of a measurable note here in the past 24 hours at WCLU. And 20 degrees, we like that, the sound of 20 degrees, and we're going to keep working that upward.
I'm Roxanne Cloyd, also known as...
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Persley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Everyone wants to know when.
All right, let's see here. Since we just played the Ralphie's commercial, we're going to give you the birthdays right here. Make sure I got them all written down because we've been talking to some really nice folks who want to be sure to get those birthdays on the radio today. And that's our job, you know. So on this Friday morning, happy birthday to Daryl Murphy, Savannah Ford, Larry Thomas Russell is 70, Kenneth Robertson is 70, Lulabelle Riddle with a birthday today. It's also Lisa Connor. Lisa, by the way, is 45, Dexter Bowles, Sandy Saltzman, Jeanette Furlong, and Walter Mansfield having birthdays today. We have a golden wedding anniversary, and a nice gentleman called up wanting to wish his wife a happy 50th wedding anniversary today. And I said, well, let me throw you in here too, okay? It's Charles and Jean Reynolds. Charles and Jean Reynolds with a golden wedding anniversary, number 50 for the Reynolds. Congratulations. We'll do that next year for Margie and Terry Reed. Today, it's their 49th wedding anniversary for Margie and Terry Reed today. Jeff and Shelley Furlong have number 15. Elbert and Donnie Fields and Russell and Elizabeth Humphrey, all with anniversaries today on this 19th of January. Now, as we look at Saturday, we've got Danny the Madman Tabor having a birthday on Saturday. Thelma Harbison, Bobby Warren, Evan Kinslow, John Vaughn. John, we understand, is going to be 97 on Saturday. Joe Rutledge is going to be 71. Nancy Bennett will be 73. John Harley Ford. Ronnie Poppy Hamilton is going to be 64 Saturday. We have Max Marion with a birthday. Betsy London. We have, Beckham Travis. Beckham Travis is 2 on Saturday. Margie Jackson. A.J. Oliver is going to be 12 on Saturday. And we also have Delmer and Ruth Simmons with a wedding anniversary on Saturday. And then we fast forward here to Sunday, where we know that Ashley Johnson is having a birthday on Sunday. Jalen Shirley is 17 on Sunday. Gail Staples, Caitlin Beatty Morris. Miss Caitlin is going to be 27 on Sunday. And I think that Caitlin is the niece of Gail Staples, if memory serves me correctly, which it seldom does. Anyway, Ann Stewart has a birthday on Sunday. Alicia Goodman, Paulette Ritchie, Laverne Mutter, and Frida Knuckles on Sunday.
Had a special birthday. My father's birthday was yesterday.
Okay.
Henry, and just want to say happy birthday to him and to Joe Rutledge, you mentioned earlier, my father-in-law.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to those two guys. I hope they have a good one.
They're good guys, you know.
Yeah, they are.
On your side.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll be sure to get those in there, Mark. And let's see. I think I got everybody. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 online. It's WCLUradio.com. Somebody's going to win a birthday cake off of this long list of folk today. And also somebody could win a Rose from down at Greer's Florist. So let's get her done. 7:40, 20 before 8 o'clock on WCLD. The birthday is brought to you by the folks who specialize in fun. They study fun, and they crank out fun at Ralphie's Fun Center.
Citizens First Mobile Banking makes your nearest branch as close as your mobile phone. It's easier than ever to access your accounts. Check.
The Glasgow EPB is partnered with Community Relief for a new Roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get
to God, and the other prisoners were listening. Paul and Silas did not seek their audience, they were confined with their audience. The other prisoners could not help overhearing while Paul and Silas either cursed God for letting them get into this mess or praised God in spite of their situation. Paul and Silas chose to sing, pray, and praise God, and the others were listening. A curious world is watching to see how you respond to the uncomfortable situations in which you find yourself. Your response determines how they see Christ in you, how they respond to Christianity, and may in fact encourage them to turn to Christ or away from Him. Are you, by your actions and words, encouraging people to turn to Christ in times of crisis or away from Him? You may think the crowd around you doesn't care, but it's watching you and waiting to see how your faith works in tough times. Remember, they are listening. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Put your money where your mouth is. The long
that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Live and local morning show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
All right, I got to get caught up here on Sunday. I had a couple that I missed on the Sunday review. First of all, how about Charles Randall Davis? Charles Randall Davis with a birthday on Sunday. And we have Kara Basil. Kara Basil having a birthday on Sunday as well. We are 60 seconds away from Tidbit News, so y'all hang on.
The future face of Pedigo Lesenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902. Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused.
Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
Yes, I want to make sure that I have Jalen Shirley on the birthday list for Sunday. Jalen is 17 on Sunday. I want to be sure and make sure everybody knows about the number 17. I ought to be 17 again.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yes, Tidbit News.
There they are.
South, east, west, NEWS. Here's the latest news.
Henry, I got to tell you, I am craving one of those cod.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, man.
Get it?
Yeah, I think that's lunch for me today. I'll be up at Long John Silver's.
Is it just you, or is Angela up in the newsroom?
I'm right here.
There she is. There she is.
Okay, all right. Well, see, I didn't know where everybody was. I'm in here on the phone. I'm putting more lines on hold because we got to get the information out, but we also have to get it in.
There you go. I
And
would
so
agree.
There it is. All right, just some tidbit news here to wrap up the week.
Okay.
There's no particular theme here. It's just little things that won't make the headlines.
Right.
There's a paper cup that allegedly was used by Elvis Presley 6 decades ago in Oklahoma, and it's up for auction.
What?
And the bids have already surpassed $1,200. Okay, it's Elvis took a drink out of this paper cup 6 decades ago, and for $1,200 at least you can get it. North Carolina resident Wade Jones is a collector of all things Elvis. He tells the Tulsa World newspaper that the crumpled blue and white Dixie cup was snagged by a fan in April of 1956.
You ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
April of 1956. That was 8 months before I was born.
Well, in The Big Bang Theory, Penny gives Sheldon a napkin one time that Leonard Nimoy had used.
Okay.
And, I mean, Sheldon's like, I have Leonard Nimoy's DNA. So there you go, folks. Buy some of Elvis's DNA.
Hey, I'm a Trekkie.
All right. Well, is that what? That's not what you call somebody who watches The Big Bang Theory.
No,
Big
but,
Mama
you know,
said
the
it's
Leonard
not what they
Nimoy.
call you; it's what you answer to.
That's right.
There you go. That's a petri dish, is what they call that.
So anyway, there's this fan named June allegedly retrieved the cup the day after the performance, right before Elvis left town for a show in Oklahoma City. There's a letter accompanying the collector's item. It says that June had asked to keep the cup as a little memento. The auction closes Sunday evening. If you want that Elvis cup, a 60-year-old paper cup. They don't build them like they used to, I guess.
Memento retirement plan. Whatever you want to call
That's
it.
right.
They don't make the fans like they used to either. You know,
That's
I worked
right.
with a lady that went to the Graceland every year on his birthday and on the day of his death. And the fans for Elvis are one of a kind.
You know, Mark,
I don't love anybody and have to buy their used cup.
Well, that's right.
I'm with you on that.
Maybe
one.
not that day even.
No.
All right.
Unless it was David Childers from Ancient Aliens, then I'm on.
Oh man.
You know,
we're gonna have to get that guy on the
we
show.
are.
Love him.
At least his picture hanging in the newsroom.
Yes, Dave, I will marry you wherever you are.
You remember? Did y'all see, of course, the movie Home Alone?
Oh yeah, that's a classic in
You
my
remember the thieves in there were known as the Wet Bandits?
Wet Bandits.
Well, we've got a new one for you here. This story out of San Francisco. Authorities say they have captured the alleged ringleader of a gang of smash and grab thieves. And
Smash and grab.
They have been dubbed the Lucky Lotto Bandit Burglars.
The Lucky Lotto Bandit Burglars. I don't
But
know
they
what
got
bandits-
arrested, not so
Because
lucky.
of their penchant for stealing lottery tickets. The Mercury News of San Jose reports 21-year-old Jared McKessie has already pleaded guilty to 32 break-ins of mostly smaller grocery stores throughout Northern California. 3 others have been arrested, and police are looking for 2 additional suspects. Several of the suspects broke through the front gate of Travis Air Force Base while fleeing police.
Yeah, because that's a good idea.
That's
let's-
right.
let's
That's
run
right.
to the
That's
Air
right.
Force
That is
Base.
they don't have any surveillance out there, so
No.
let's just jump through
So
that.
automatic weapons or
Yeah,
anything
probably
like
some
that.
other. Probably could add some more to their names too.
Why all those small robberies? Why not
Yeah.
plot just one big huge
I don't
one?
know.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were
especially if
going-
you're going to take down the front gate of an Air Force base.
Well, they were going for the plane, I think.
Yeah.
It says here the
The
6
plane,
men.
the plane.
The 6 men are suspected of using rocks to smash convenience store windows. Sort of that
high-tech.
Ernest T. Bass approach.
You got the
not very
high-tech
high-tech.
burglary.
That's right. In the wee hours of the morning and stealing scratch-off lottery tickets.
Now, doesn't it seem to me that those lottery tickets, aren't they like they track those? They've got like some kind of
Yes.
number on there. So I mean, if you turn in a stolen one, it seemed I don't know how
Where's
that
your
works.
dumb criminals
Well,
music band?
I don't know.
There's your sign.
Where is my dumb criminals? Well, here's the thing. This is what got me when I was reading this story. If you're going to take rocks and break a window out,
Right.
and I'm taking a sure thing,
Yeah,
like,
Exactly.
maybe like the cash drawer, not lottery
I
tickets.
might maybe win.
That it's still up in the air.
They're not the brightest crayon in the
That's
box.
right.
Good point.
That's right. Anyway, it's the Lucky Lotto Bandit Burglars.
Not so
so
lucky.
lucky.
Yep.
And they're now,
Ding, ding, ding.
they're gonna have to rethink their strategy, kind of like the Wet Bandits did.
Yeah.
Hey, what was their name again? The Lucky.
Hold on, it's the
Lucky
here, yes,
Lottery.
I've already flipped the page right here. The Lucky Lotto Bandit Burglars.
The Lucky Lotto Bandit Burglars
Uh-huh.
had their plans scratched.
Yeah, that's right. There we go.
My.
God, I love that ring.
That's right.
It's pitiful.
And
Nobody loves it as much as me.
That's right.
Well, hold it again. Even when it doesn't even.
I'm a drummer, and I don't. I can't.
He's a drummer now.
It's not all about you, Mark.
We're changing Mark's air name from Mark Jones to Walter Mitty.
Dude, I'm saying his business card like a poster board.
That's right. I've done it.
Everything. That's right. Here
Not
in the
for
newsroom
long,
is
but I've
Walter
done it.
Mitty.
Yes.
The secret life of Walter Mitty.
But I admit that I don't know who Walter Mitty is.
Telling everybody.
Okay, so anyway, that's that. One more story here, real quick. We got the Bandits and
see if I can get in on this one.
Yeah, and then let's see. Of course, the Elvis paper cup. You know, you could have you could scratch the lottery ticket, but you can sniff the paper cup.
There you go. Ugh, gross.
I just
You know,
wanna
it's
make
all
sure you
funky
knew that.
after all
Yeah,
these years.
Yeah, there's an audio visual thing.
60 years. Anyway, and finally, this story is a flying drone, which we actually have one here in the WCLU fleet. A flying drone has dropped a flotation device to 2 teens caught in a riptide in heavy seas off of the Australian coast in what officials describe as the world's first rescue with a drone.
Well, they have these things that the farmers use to irrigate their plants and put out, so they can carry some payload.
Yeah.
Well, why they just didn't pick them up?
In Australia, a lot of strange things can happen. Well, anyway, these guys' names are Monty Greenslade and Gabe Vidler. They got into trouble yesterday about a half a mile away from the lifeguards who were about to start training with some new drones. A friend raised the alert, and the lifeguard piloted a drone to the swimmers and dropped a rescue pod.
Well, that's a good story.
Now, see, that is good as long as the drone was there. But if I'm in the water drowning, don't try to go get the drone.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll be jumping in to get me.
Don't expect me to help operate it.
No.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me grab the drone, and we'll see
right.
what we can do.
Yeah, I'll wait.
That's what we have today in the way of tidbit news, and we certainly will have more on Monday.
I'm going to see if Long John's is open.
Yeah, that's right. They will be a little later. Guarantee it. Yep. Tidbit news, that's what we have, 20 degrees.
Last month's GM incentives at Bailey Gibson were so popular, they're bringing them back in January. Isn't that right, Terry Hagan?
Last month we called it big money. Well, we got some big money this month as well. We've got some 2017 Buick LaCrosses. Across the board, you're looking around $8,000 off in rebates and incentives. That's huge. It's good a car, good on gas mileage, it's sporty, but yet it's luxurious. Many different options you can get on that. Got to get them before they're gone. And we've got our 2017 Buick Envisions. That's a midsize SUV. All packages, you're looking at 18% off of the sticker. Almost 10 grand. Please come down to Bailey Gibson and let me show you these Buick LaCrosses, these Buick Envisions. Take them on the road, drive them, show them to somebody. I guarantee you'll love it. Don't miss out on this big money deal.
When they're gone, they're gone. Better hurry to Bailey Gibson Buick GMC, corner of Happy Valley Road and Lexington Drive in Glasgow. They'll do their part.
Whatever we need to do to make the customer happy.
Angela Bragg Fields, we understand, is 37. We want to get her on the list today. Just called in. And don't forget, we're patting John Vaughn on the back today. Now, here's why. John is going to be 97 tomorrow. A fine gentleman. He deserves a pat on the back headed into his 97th birthday weekend. Let him know he's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas.
Hi, my name is Kaylee.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Store. Check us out.
If you find yourself in need of an attorney who specializes in family cases, you want someone who knows all the ins and outs of the case. Tracy Peppers has experience outside of her law practice that gives her an insight not all attorneys can match.
I have spent my career helping families in need as a social worker, CDW, and family advocate. Call me, Tracy Peppers, attorney at law, for all your family law needs at 270-651-7101 or stop by 222 West Washington Street here in Glasgow.
7:55. if you're planning on eating at the soup kitchen today, it's not going to be in operation. They do a great job. They always provide a great meal, but that parking lot is a little rough at the community center there, so the community soup kitchen won't be operating today. Remember, you know that Barron County schools are closed today, but reminding you that if you're a student there, you need to be working on the I Learned at Home day number 5. We know that Caverna, Hart County, Metcalfe County, Monroe County, and Edmonson County are all closed today. So is the Gethsemane Institute, and the SKCTC is closed for today, too. Did I get everybody? I hope I got everybody, because if I didn't, somebody's going to be aggravated at me, and I don't really want that. We're going to say goodbye to the audience that we have online here for WCLUradio.com on Facebook. We don't want to violate any rules, so we are leaving the stream, so to speak, and we'll be heading into the 8 o'clock morning edition here on WCLU.